Good morning, class. I'll be discussing theorems of differentiation of algebraic functions and higher order derivatives. So, as you can see, this is all about the theorems or yung commonly known as shortcut for derivatives. During the prelims, then sa last part natin, we can get the derivatives by using the limits. So we know, let's say you have a function y equal to f of x. So if we say differentiate this, the symbol is either y prime, f prime of x, or it can also be derivative of y with respect to x, or the symbol capital D with respect to x. This can also be derivative of the function with respect to x, so, and many more. Okay, but the commonly used is the y prime, f prime of x, or this part. Okay, so, but pag pinadifferentiate po siya, okay, first thing from this, it will be the symbol. Okay, so we have different theorems, yung shortcut. Instead of applying the limit, so the first one is the constant rule, meaning to say, you have a function with only constant number. Okay, in this case, the c represents the constant. Therefore, pag pinakuha po yung derivative niyan, that will be equal to 0. Ganun kasimple. Ma'am, how can I say na constant lang po siya? Hindi po ako ganun ka-familiar. Just remember, wala kang makikitang any variable x. Okay, standalone siya na number lang. Therefore, ang derivative niyan, so pag pinakuha po, the f prime of x will be equal to 0. Yan na po yung pinaka-answer natin. Pag in-apply po natin yung limit, yung formula that limit of f of x plus h minus f of x over h as h approaches to 0, makukuha po natin ay 0. So, let's just remember the first theorem na kung constant, automatic, 0 po ang derivative. Okay, the next one naman, let me write here first. Okay, for theorem number 2, we call it power rule. So, ito naman, paano ko masasabing I'm gonna apply the power rule? You're given with a single variable, x raised to an exponent. That exponent should be a real number. Okay? Pwedeng positive, pwedeng positive full number or any number. Okay? Pwede din siyang decimal number, ganun. As long as it is number, okay? So, ang magiging formula po natin is, we're going to make the exponent first as coefficient. Gagawin na ilalagay natin siya sa unahan, then subtract 1. So, yan po yung magiging general formula ng ating power rule. Okay? So, for example, let's say we have f of x equal to x raised to 8. So, this is a single variable x raised to a number. So, again, the symbol of our derivative is f prime of x equal to, just simply put 8 doon sa front, we call it coefficient, and then x raised to 8 minus 1. Okay, so pwede nyo ding i-shortcut, 8 minus 1 is simply 7. So that will be our final answer. Ito na po yung ating pinaka-answer. Okay, so let me give you another example. Ito, commonly used kasi ito. Let's say we have f of x equal to x. Okay, a single x. So in this case, automatically, the f prime of x will be equal to 1. Okay, dinidifferentiate natin yung x with respect to itself. So, that's 1. Pero if we're going to first apply the power rule, diba we know na ang exponent po nito ay 1. So, kung i-apply po natin ang derivative or the power rule theorem. So, yung 1, gawin natin coefficient, then this one, 1 minus 1, kasi yun yung formula. So, this will be 1x raised to 0, kasi 1 minus 1. And any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, 1 times 1 is simply 1. Kaya, lagi nyo pong tatandaan, pag nakakita po ng x, automatic, the derivative of x is equal to 1. Okay? Our theorem number 3 is what we call the constant multiple rule. Okay, the constant multiple rule, ang identification natin yan, you have a constant number multiply to a function of x. Okay? So, ang gagawin po natin, kumbaga combination siya nung first and second given. So, yung first natin, pag constant lang, the second one is meron kang variable raised to a number. So, ito, what if nakamultiply silang dalawa? Okay, ang gagawin po natin is we're going to factor out the constant, di po natin siya gagalawin, at ang i-derivative po natin is yung function lang. So, for example, we have this f of x equal to, okay, dito sa f of x equal to 5x raised to 7. So, ang i-apply po natin first, the symbol f prime of x is equal to factor out the constant, then derivative of x raised to 7. So, again, we will put 7 in the front, then this will be x raised to 7 minus 1. Okay, so 5 times 7, that's 35. Then 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, this will be our final answer. So, ganun lang po kadali. Okay, labas lang po natin yung constant, then apply the power rule. Okay. For theorem number 4, we call it the sum rule. So, kung kanina mapapansin nyo, mga single term lang yung ating binibigyan ng theorem. This rule number 4 naman is about sum or even the difference of 2 terms or 3 terms or more. Like in this example, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms yan. May pinapa-add, may pinapa-subtract. So, anong gagawin? Just simply get the derivative of that term. Pag pinapa-add, i-add natin sa derivative nung kabilang term. Kumbaga, diretso lang siya. Whether add or multiply yan, get the derivative, then i-add natin, okay? Process it using algebra. So, in this example, ay ang ginamit ay y, so ang symbol niyan will be y prime. So, again, yung third theorem natin, diba? The constant multiple. So, we factor out the constant, then apply natin derivative nito. So, this will be 4x, 4 minus 1. Then, in this case naman, so pinapasubtract si 2, factor lang uli natin, minus 2. Then, the derivative of x cubed is 3x, then 3 minus 1. Okay, then plus, you have 8. Again ang in-emphasize natin kanina, instead of using the power rule here, remember the derivative of x is equal to 1. And ito, wala siyang kahit anong kasamang variable, so ang derivative po niya ay 0. Okay, then process it using the algebra. 7 times 4 is 28, then x raised to 4 minus 1, we have 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, then that will be x squared. Then 8 times 1, you have 8, and then no need to write the 0. So, this will be the derivative. Okay? Ito na po yung derivative ng ating term. So, pina-add, pina-subtract, rekta lang. Derivative, then, yun nga lang, ito, medyo madami na yung kailangan yung i-derivative. You really have to be accurate para po hindi masayang yung effort natin. Okay, the next one is the product rule. So, kung kanina sa sum rule, ini-add lang natin diretso po yung mga derivative. Sa sum rule, we have a formula to follow. So, aside from differentiating, you have to memorize a certain formula. So, let's say instead of writing f of x and g of x, kagaya nung sinend ko na material sa inyo, to simplify it, sinulat ko yung f of x, or sabihin natin g of x, ginawa ko siyang u. Okay? Tapos yung another term, kunyari yung another term ko is, let's say, h of x, for example, ginawa ko siyang v. Any letter naman yung gamitin natin as long as we represent a function. So, instead of writing those na medyo mahaba, nilet ko muna siya. Okay? Let it be equal to u and v. So, dito po, ang formula natin will be the combination. So, write the first term, then differentiate the second term. Plus, write the second term and then differentiate the first term. Since this is addition, pwede nyo pong baliktarin. So, pwedeng v, derivative nito, then plus, ito naman derivative nung isa. Ang hindi lang pwede is, ito, multiplied sa derivative din niya. Kailangan combination po yan. Okay, so let's try to apply this in our given. So, we're given with 2x cubed minus 4x squared multiplied to 3x to the fifth plus x squared. So, again, hindi po natin pwedeng diretso derivative to multiply sa derivative nito. Hindi po siya ganun nag-work. So, what we're going to do is, let me write here kasi medyo mahaba po siya. So, ang formula natin is write the first term. So, let me rewrite the 2x cubed minus 4x squared. Then, multiply to the derivative of this one. So, ito, parang yung mga nauna na lang din natin siya. So, this is sum of two terms. So, we factor out the constant. Then, ano bang derivative ni x to the fifth? So, siya ay 5x raised to 5 minus 1. Yan po yung derivative niya. Then, plus, you have 2. Ito ay x raised to 2 minus 1. So, yan yung derivative. Medyo mahaba to. As long as you're accurate, wala po kayo magiging problema. Okay, dito na po natin ilagay. Plus, yung second term naman. So, isulat po natin si 3x to the fifth plus the x squared. Then, multiply to the derivative of the next one. So, ito, 2x cubed. So, factor out 2. And then derivative si x cubed. So, write 3 here. Then, 3 minus 1. So, yan yung derivative nito. Well, itong portion na to is minus 4. Derivative of your x squared is 2x raised to 2 minus 1. So, inisa-isa ko lang. Pwede na susunod kung kailangang mag-shortcut. Kunyari, imbis na 3 minus 1, pwede mo nang i-recta x squared. No problem. As long as you're going to write how did you come up dun sa mga portion na yan. Okay? So, ito i-rewrite po na natin. Ayusin muna natin ito para hindi magkamali. 2x cubed minus 4x squared. I-rewrite lang po natin. Then, 3 times 5 is 15. Then, you have x to the fourth. Okay. Then, ito naman 2x na lang kasi 2 minus 1 is 1. So, x raised to 1, hindi na po natin sinusulat yung 1 na yun. So, this will be 2x na lang po. Then, plus itong portion na ito. So, that will be 3x to the fifth plus x squared multiplied 2. 2 times 3, we have 6. And then, x cubed minus 1. So, x squared na lang po yun. Then, negative 4 times 2, we have negative 8. And then, 2 minus 1 again, x na lang po ang ilalagay natin. Kasi, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1, x raised to 1. Hindi na natin ilalagay yung 1 sa exponent. Okay? Next, no choice po tayo. We really have to do the algebra here. Dito po ay kailangan nating nasa inyo na kung FOIL method, kung ano yung pinaka-convenient kayo na na rule to multiply the two terms, the two functions with each na binomial. Okay? So, ako, ang common ko, mapapansin nyo naman, minimultiply ko sila. Kunyari, ito muna. We have ito, distribute dito. So, that will be, I have to write 2x cubed. Then, multiply to 15x to the 4th. Isa-isahin ko, medyo mahaba lang po ito. Then, ito naman, so sulat ko muna si negative 4x squared multiplied again kay 15x to the 4th. Okay? Then, next, ito namang 2. 2x times this. So, i-rewrite ko, positive yun eh. Wala namang negative sa unahan. So, that will be positive 2x cubed multiplied to 2x. Okay. Then, write ko po si, ito naman, si 2x multiply ko dito. Since negative yan, so I have to write negative 4x squared multiplied to your 2x. So, itong 15 din-distribute dun sa dalawa, then yung 2x din-distribute sa dalawa. Then, punta po tayo dito sa portion na ito. So, ito ay plus. So, let's write plus yung 3x to the 5th multiplied. Ito po distribute natin. So, 6x squared. Then, ito para dito. So, plus x squared. Sulat lang po natin. Plus x squared multiplied to 6x squared. Then, itong negative 8, distribute natin dun sa 3x to the 5th. Positive yan. So, plus 3x to the 5th multiplied by negative 8x, and then plus x squared multiplied sa negative 8x. Okay. So, ayan, medyo mahaba po, pero as long as you're accurate, and syempre, tsatsagain po natin, malaki yung matutulong nito sa atin. Okay? So, we have 2 times 15. Madami po ako na encounters even sa exam or yung nagpa-sit work na ako ngayon eh. Nung nag-check ako, may mga nagkakamali po dun sa simple na multiplication. Again, class, please use your calculator kasi hindi ko po pinagbabawal ang calcu. And second thing po ay wala namang mawawala kung itatry nyo na i-calculate before isulat kasi ang laki po nung nawawalang point pag nag-check ako. Okay, 2 times 15, whether you accept it or not, meron po talaga na batang nagkakamali pa dito. Okay, so habang kayo ay tinetrain ko na dito sa math, so you can use magpatulong sa calculator. Okay, so this will be 2 times 15, dalawang 15, 30. Tapos, according to the rule of algebra, you have x cubed multiplied to x to the 4th, same base, we add the exponent. So, 3 plus 4, write the common base, then this will be 7. Okay? So, ito naman, negative, kasi negative times positive, automatic negative yan. So, 4 times 15, apat na 15 naman daw po. So, automatic 60, x squared, x to the 4th, multiply natin, i-add natin yung exponent. So, that will be x raised to 6. Tapos na tayo dito. Dito naman po tayo. 2 times 2, pares positive. So, that will be 4. X cubed times x. So, x raised to 1 yun, diba? Plus 3. So, that will be x raised to 4. Then, ito naman po, negative. So, automatic negative na to kasi times positive. Negative 4 times negative 4 times 2, we have negative 8. X squared times x, so that will be x cubed. 2 plus yung 1 na exponent. Tapos, plus, ito po, 3 times 6, so that's 18 po. X raised to 5, x raised to 2, minumultiply, so that's x raised to 7. Then, x squared times 6x squared, so automatic 6 po siya. X squared, so 2 plus 2 na exponent will be 4. Then, itong portion na to, pinapamultiply. So, positive times negative, we have to write negative here. 3 times 8, we have 24. Then, x to the 5th and x raised to 1, i-add natin. So, 5 plus 1, we have 6. And ito ganun din. Positive times negative, that will be negative 8. Then x squared times x raised to 1. So 2 plus 1, we have 3. Then afterwards, we have to add or subtract the common terms. So sa addition and sa addition or subtraction po, ang kino-consider natin dito yung common na term. Parehas yung variable at yung exponent niya. Okay? So, ganito, x raised to 7, x raised to 7. So, 30 plus 18, that will be 48x raised to 7. Ito, 6 and 6, negative 16, negative 24. So, that will be negative 84x raised to 6. X to the fourth, positive 4, positive 6. So, yan ay 10, x to the fourth. Okay? And then, yung cube. Parehas ito cube. Negative 8, negative 8. So, that's negative 16x cube. And kung titingnan nyo, ito na-combine na natin. Ito, okay na. Ito, tapos ito. Yan yung mga combine nila. Therefore, tapos na. Your final answer will be this one. Okay? So, but may other way para mas simplify natin ito. Yung other way natin is, instead of directly differentiating it, pwede naman po, kagaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo before, kung simple yung equation, simple lang yung derivative. So, pwede po muna natin tong i-simplify or i-process na basta as long as dapat tama po yung pagkakasimplify nyo. So, let's try to distribute na muna. Kumbaga, imbis na mag-product rule ka, i-combine na po muna natin sila. So, yung 2x cube multiplied kay ito, distribute natin si 3x to the 5th. Then, ito naman kay negative 4x squared multiplied again kay 3x to the 5th. Tapos, ito naman po si x squared para kay 2x cube. So, plus 2x cube multiplied by, again, kay x squared po. Then, si x squared multiply kay negative 4x squared. So, dito ko na po isulat, negative 4x squared multiplied by x squared. Okay. So, simplify muna natin. 2 times 3, we have 6. X cube, x to the 5th, edi x raised to 8 yan. I-add lang natin. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. X raised to 6, x raised to 5, x raised to 7 po yan. 2 times 1, so that will be 2x cubed, x squared, so 5 po yan. Add natin exponent. Negative 4 times 1, so negative 4. Then x squared, x to the 4th po yan. So, since yan na yung value ng y natin, pag dinifferentiate po natin yan, mas madali. So, yung 6, again, pwede natin yung i-factor out na lang, tapos derivative ng x raised to 8. So, that will be 8x raised to 7. Pwede na po yun. Imbes na 8 minus 1 pa. Next, write the negative 12. Ito naman, this will be 7x raised to 6 na lang po. Okay? 7 minus 1 yun. Then, plus 2. Ito po ay magiging 5x raised to 4. Again, 5 minus 1, nirekta ko na po na 4. And then, write 4 here, and then multiplied by, yun pala, yung 4 na to muna, multiplied by 4, ito, derivative nito, 4x cube. Okay? So, be careful po doon. Isa din pala yun sa nakita kong mali nung nag-check ako ng activity ng iba. Okay? So, parang nangyari dahil magkamuka, imbes na isulat to, na-erecta doon. So, again, be careful po. So, you can use your calculus. 6 times 8, that's 48x raised to 7. 12 times 7, so that will be negative 84 x raised to 6. And then 2 times 5, that's 10x to the 4th. And negative 4 times positive 4, negative 16x cube. And if you will compare this answer to the answer above, same siya. Okay? Yun nga lang, ito, napakahaba. Why? Kasi nga, komplikado yung given mo. But if you first simplify this, ito yan, yung naging simplified version. So, pag dinerivative mo, simple lang din. Okay? So, as much as possible, just be accurate in simplifying. Kasi pag po naman, sinimplify mo din, nagkamali ka, syempre yung derivative niya mali na din. If you have ample time, you can automatically simplify it, differentiate. Then pag since ample time, madami kang time, pwede mong gawin yung another process. Okay? Pero ito ang pinaka technique lang. Pag kaya pang isimplify natin. Okay? Para instead of applying the complicated product rule, you can automatically apply the simple theorem. Okay? For the quotient rule, so syempre, we have to function again with numerator and denominator. In this case, instead of writing, let's say, f of x over g of x, basta this represents a function over another, may formula din po. Hindi din po natin siya rekta i-differentiate sa numerator, divide sa derivative ni denominator. We have to follow the rule na yung denominator first multiplied to the derivative of the numerator, then minus yung numerator naman multiply sa derivative ng denominator, then square the denominator. So, additional way dito is, again, you have to memorize a formula to apply the quotient rule. Okay, so for example, in this given, y is equal to x squared minus 4 over x plus 2. So, if we're going to apply the formula of derivative here, so we have y prime equal to, again, ang una pong isusulat, denominator. So, the denominator is x plus 2 multiplied to derivative of the numerator. So, in this case, that's x squared. So, pwede po yung 2x. Okay, so yung 2 nilagay sa 1 then 2 minus 1 is simply 1, then minus 0. Kasi derivative ng 4, constant lang siya eh. So, automatic 0. Then don't forget, minus, ito po yan, minus UDB. Yung numerator na x squared minus 4 naman, multiplied to the derivative ng baba. Since this is x only, so that's 1 plus, derivative ng x is 1, derivative ng constant is 0. All over, sa baba, i-square po natin si x plus 2. Okay? So, next, okay, ang gawin natin po ay, since this is automatically 0, no need to, further emphasize it. So, 2x na lang po pala ito. So, 2x times, i-distribute natin. 2x times x, so 2x squared po. Okay, x raised to 1, x raised to 1, x raised to 2. Then, 2x times 2, so pwede nyo sulat. So, 2 and 2x. Tapos, ito naman, minus, okay, in this case, this is simply 1. Okay, 1 times this is as is. So, sige, sulat ko muna si x squared minus 4 na lang. Multiplied by 1 kasi ito 0. Then, all over, ito naman ay x plus 2 na naka-squared. Okay. So, next is, we'll have to rewrite the 2x squared. Then, 2 times 2, we have 4. Simply write the x. Then, negative times x squared is negative x squared. Negative times negative 4 is positive 4. All over, we have x plus 2 squared. So, kung kaya po natin pagsama-samahin yung term, gawin po natin like x squared, x squared. So, 2 minus 1 is x squared na lang. Then, you have 4x plus 4. Then, yung baba, pwede nating i-apply si square of binomial. So, the formula is ng square of binomial, kung maalala nyo, square ng first term, multiplied, plus, kasi plus yon. So, 2 times x times 2, we have 4x. Again, formula, 2 times x times 2, have 4x plus square of 2. That's 4. And kung mapapansin nyo, magkamukha lang sila. Therefore, this is simply 1. Yan yung derivative natin. But, kagaya ng sinabi ko, kung kaya pang isimplify po muna natin. Okay, so ang given natin is we have y equal to x squared minus 4 all over x plus 2. So, pwede naman pong apply natin yung natutunan natin. Diba, according to algebra, it can be expressed as x squared minus 2 squared all over x plus 2. So, by formula, since difference of 2 squared yan, pwede nating i-rewrite si x plus 2 at si x minus 2. Yung difference of 2 squared na algebra. Divide x plus 2. So, dinivide, pwede maka-cancel, may common. Anong matitira na value ni y? Y is simply x minus 2. So, kung i-derivative nyo po yan, so y prime is equal to derivative of x is 1, derivative ng 2 ay 0. So, automatic y prime is equal to 1, similar to the previous answer. Why? Kasi, since this is accurately the simplified version, pag po dinerivative natin, simple lang din yung means of differentiating. Okay? Kaya ganun po kahalaga yung concept ng simplifying, yung pinaka-algebra natin. Okay? The seventh theorem is about the negative integer power. Ito po, kung mapapansin nyo, similar lang siya sa power rule. Yung negative n ilalagay sa unahan. Ito nagkataon negative lang yung integer natin or the exponent. Here, you have a negative whole number exponent. So, ilalagay lang po sa unahan, then subtract 1. So, dito ang mangyayari lang, ang magiging concept niya is usually, instead of, kunyari, x raised to 5, 5x raised to 4 yun. So, since negative, lalaki yung magnitude. Kunyari, negative 4, so negative 4 ilalagay sa unahan, x raised to, magiging negative 5 siya. Kasi since that's minus 1, so parang naa-add yung ating number. But the result is decreasing or the negative number. Okay, so for example, in this given, d over dx, so pinapa-differentiate po yung nasa loob. So, ang pinaka-derivative niyan, isimplify muna natin. This will be equal to the derivative with respect to x nung 3x raised to negative 5. We can apply the algebra to simplify it. Kasi imbes na mag-quotient rule ka, mahaba pa, may formula pang tatandaan, pwedeng iangat mo from positive exponent magiging negative exponent. So, ngayon, pag dinerivative mo siya, okay, so, dito, write the 3, okay, labas natin yung constant, then derivative nito ay negative 5 lagay sa unahan, x raised to negative 5 minus 1. So, this will be 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. X raised to negative 5 minus 1, negative 6. So, hindi po proper na negative ang exponent, kaya we have to put it back to x raised to positive 6. Negative 15 over, baba po uli natin. Yan yung pinaka-answer natin gamit yung negative integer. But, kunyari, paano pag hindi ko siya na-simplify like that? Okay, nalimutan ko po yan. Pwede din naman po magko-quotient rule kayo. So, pag nag-quotient rule, yung denominator ang unang isusulat, then derivative ng numerator, 3. So, that's 0 pag derivative, right? Naman, minus the numerator, derivative naman ng denominator, which is 5x raised to 4. Kasi 5 minus 1 yung exponent. All over, don't forget, square ng denominator natin. Okay? Yan yung formula. So, x raised to 5 times 0, automatic 0 po yan. So, this will result into negative 3 times 5, negative 15x to the 4th. And remember, x raised to 5 times 2 po, hindi yan 7 ha. X raised to 5 times 2 is x raised to 10. So, pwede po nating i-bisect. Pwede natin gawing x raised to 6, x raised to 4. Same lang siya dito. And makakancel na natin si x raised to 4. So, yung magiging answer po natin is negative 15 x raised to 6. This is just similar to the other one. So, mas mahaba lang itong process na to and you have to memorize a certain formula pa. Ito naman, kung ang gawin natin is let's apply the algebra first, then you differentiate, mas simple. But you will still get the same answer. Okay? Okay, the last portion is about higher order derivative. So, eto po, once in the first derivative na, yung result, pag derivative mo yun, that's second derivative. Pag derivative mo po itong second derivative, that's third, and so on. Yun lang po yung higher order derivative. So, kailangan lang po natin dito is extreme accuracy, kagaya ng lahat naman ng process ng derivative, diba? Kasi pag nagkamali ka po sa first derivative, so automatic yung mga susunod, mali na siya. So, the other symbol, di ba? Ito, first derivative. So, pag may nakita kayong square, automatic second derivative pinapahanap, or third, or d raised to 4 over dx raised to 4, fourth derivative po yun. Okay? So, in this example, let's say, ang pinapahanap dito is yung all derivatives. Yan yung pinapahanap. Paano yun? Pag pinahanap lahat ng derivative, ibig sabihin, differentiate mo lang siya ng i-differentiate up to the point na common na siya. Pag derivative, common pa rin yung lalabas, so stop na tayo doon. Okay? So, let's try to practice gamit itong example na 8x to the 4th plus 5x cubed minus x squared plus 7. So, pag pinakuha yung lahat ng derivative nito, edi mag-f prime of x ka lang. Yan yung first derivative. Okay. So, dito, factor out 8. Then, derivative ng x to the 4th, you write 4x cubed. Yan po yung dito sa portion na ito. Then, write 5. Itong portion na to. Then, derivative ng x cubed is 3x. 3 minus 1 is 2. Dito naman sa portion na to, negative. So, ito ay magiging 2. Lalagay sa unahan to. Then, x na lang siya. Kasi 2 minus 1. Then, ito, 7. Derivative niyan ay 0. Okay. Simplify po muna natin bago tayo mag-proceed. So, 8 times 4, that's 32. Again, you can use your calculator if you're not that sure. 5 times 3, you have 15 x squared. Then, we can rewrite simply the 2x. 0, no need na. So, ito po yung first derivative. Take note, you will only box the answer. Therefore, since all derivative, answer po ito. Pero kunyari, ang pinapahanap, second derivative, third derivative, no need to box the first and second derivative. Rekta ka lang dun sa hinahanap na third derivative. Okay? So, ang second derivative po natin will be simply yung derivative nito. So, let's write the 32. Then, derivative ni x cubed. So, lagay sa unahan si 3x squared kasi babawasan ng isa. Then, ito naman, you're going to write 15. Derivative ni x squared is 2 times x kasi 2 minus 1 is simply 1. Then minus 2 multiplied 2, derivative of your x is 1. Okay, so iayos po muna natin. 32 times 3 is 96 x squared. 15 times 2 is 30x. And then negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Ito naman po yung ating magiging second derivative. So, pag meron pa, kasi hindi pa common nagiging result. Therefore, you can actually have the third derivative. Third derivative natin, again, write the constant 96. Derivative ng x squared ay 2x. Kasi 2 minus 1, so 1 na lang, plus 30 times derivative of x is 1 minus derivative ng 2 ay 0. So, mangyayari 96 times 2, this will be 192x. Then 30 times 1, that's simply 30. And no need to write minus 0. Okay, so this is the third derivative. Hinahanap all derivative. Okay, ang fourth derivative, so ito yung symbol niya. So that's simply 192 times derivative ng x is 1 plus 0. So, 192 na lang siya. Yan yung fourth derivative natin. And pag nagkaroon tayo ng fifth derivative, derivative ng 192 is 0. So, all throughout, 0 na po yung derivative. So, ibig sabihin, you will stop here at the derivative of the remaining will simply be equal to 0. So, lahat nakabox kasi lahat pinahanap Okay? So, but what if for example, meron tayong diretso ko na, last na po ito. Let's say we have another sample na y equal to 1 over x cubed. Okay? Or sabihin natin meron tayong 1/3 x cubed. 1 over 3x cubed. So, ang gagawin po natin dito, imbes na quotient rule ka, medyo komplikado, matrabaho po yun. So, again, simplify mo na. But unlike kanina, take note yung 3, hindi mo na po kailangang galawin. Kasi, ilalabas lang ang constant. 1/3 pa rin yan. Ano kailangan mong iangat? Si x cube. Pag inangat mo yan, magiging x raised to negative 3. Okay, kunyari, ang pinapahanap dito is find the second derivative. So, kukunin mo, no choice ka. Kailangan mong kunin yung first derivative niya. So, ang first derivative, simply write 1/3, then multiply to this, o negative exponent. So, lagay si negative 3 here, x raised to negative 3 minus 1. Or magiging negative 4. Okay? So, nagkataon 3 over 3, cancel yan. 1 times negative, you have negative x raised to negative 4. Hindi mo nga lang ibabox yan. Hindi naman kasi yan yung hinahanap. Ang pinapahanap is the second derivative. So, itong negative natin na ito, rewrite it. Then, yung negative 4, apply the formula of derivative, negative 4, then automatic negative 5 na to. Again, sabi ko, pag negative, simply i-add si 1, then copy the sign. Okay? Or negative 4 minus 1. So, magiging answer po natin dito, negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4. Then, yung x raised to negative 5, pwede na po yung ibaba, x raised to 5. And this will be our second derivative. As you can see, hindi ko na binox yun, hindi naman kailangan. Ito po kasi yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, with this, I hope na mas madali ito para sa inyo compared dun sa limit previously. Yung limit kasi napakahaba pa ng formula. But basically, ma-appreciate nyo yung mga theorem natin kasi this is way much simpler and easier to apply than the formula of the limit. Okay? Meron po akong iiwan na sit work and the due date will also be dun sa time, mag-extend na lang ako ng 30 minutes. Okay? So, thank you and God bless.